Yes. अरिहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नवाए स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम से काज सब आज भयो कर चोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। वंदित तु सौ सिद्धे धुव अचल मणुवमं गदिं पत्ते वो छामी समय पाहुड़ मिणमो शुद्ध केवली फणिदम। नमः समय साराय स्वानुभूत्या चकासते चित स्वभावाय भावाय सर्वभावांतर चिदे। Acharya Kunkun Dev's Samay Sarji scripture and the commentary by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev, and in between the Kalashs are also by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev. So in the last class we had finished Katha number 38, and from 39 to 45 we discuss in a very short summary manner. So 39 to 43 is about the 8 different faiths or philosophy that were existing here in India at that point of time. So what are these 8 philosophies? Yeah. So last week we discussed that 8 names: Vedanti, Mimamsak, Sankhya, Yog, Bodh, Nyayik, Vaisheshik, and Charvak. So these are the 8 different faiths that were existing along with Jainism. Okay. So you see, each and every faith were trying to, spread their own religion. And in those days, there used to be a debate, and in the debate, whoever wants accepts that religion. If a Jain scholar debates with an Vedanti scholars, if a Vedanti scholars is able to defeat him, then that Jain scholar has to accept Vedanti as a religion. Okay. So that was the trend over there, and people were very honest, and they were also very rational to accept what is the truth. Okay. So these 8 faiths were existing at that point of time, and each faith believed the soul in different manner, not the truth that actually the soul is the knower and seer. Okay. All these faith, most of them have creator God. So they feel that the God has created everything and he is the creator. Whereas Jainism, then Buddhism, and one or two more, they don't believe in creator God. So, but they have other defects in them. Okay. So Jainism is one such which is absolutely truth, because it has been propounded by the Tirthankar through his Divya Dvani, and that Divya Dvani or divine sound has evolved without any desire. Okay. Just because there were some what you call Bhavya Jeev, those people who are capable of getting liberation were there. So automatically the divine sound uh, came out in the Holy Assembly. Okay. So whatever we have in terms of Jinvani is absolutely truth. So we don't have any problem in proving the nature of the soul, and not only proving or describing the nature of the soul, but we can also experience it and prove it. Okay. But in other faiths, what has happened, their one statement contradicts another statement because they don't have viewpoints with them. The one characteristics that define Jainism, and which is defining characteristics from other religion, is the viewpoint, Nai. They don't have Nai. So they are not able to prove the nature of reality as it is. But we do have Nayas, Nischay and Vyavahar. So two opposing properties existing in the same substance could be explained by these two viewpoints. One is explained from the real viewpoint, another is explained from the conventional viewpoint, and that is how we are able to know the exact nature of the substance. So whatever Jainism describes is absolutely truth. Okay. Now all these other faiths, they also have something truth in them, but not complete truth. But in Jainism, we have complete truth. So sometimes many other religions may appear same as Jainism, but if you study deeply and in a subtle way, you will realize no, there is a difference. And that difference could be major difference. Okay. Although on the surface it appears that all religions are same, but when you study it deeply, you understand that there is a difference in interpretations. Okay. The nature of the soul as described in Jainism has not been described in any other religion. Okay. So those 8 faiths and their 8 wrong belief, okay, that we discussed in the last class. Here in this verse number 46, Acharya Kunkundev says that those 8 faiths, sometimes soul is also considered like that, but that is all from the conventional point of view. From the real point of view, all those 8 things are matter substance, and soul is distinct from these matter substance. Okay. So this is what is explained in verse number 46. So we will read this. Uh, yeah. Jinali, you read.
Now the question, Samesar Gatha 46. Now the question, uh, now a question naturally arises here. If state such as contrary modification established in false conviction, etc., adhyavyasanandi bhava,
Bhav.
are, ma-
Adhyavasan Adi Bhav.
are material, that is of the nature of matter, Pudgala, then why are they described as Jiva itself in the teachings of the Jina?
Hmm.
In in many places, the Agama refer to them as the Jiva. Why then does the very same scripture describe them in some places as Jiva and in other places as Pudgala? This very question has been addressed in the 46th Gatha, in which a proper reasoning is presented as its solution. The verse in its original form is as follows: Vahavarasa Dari
I will read.
Risanam.
I will read. I will read.
Huh.
Yeah. So first we will read the Prakrit one. Vavaras Darisan Muve Sovani Dojinvarehim Jiva Ede Sauve अज्जवसाणदवो भावा. Now the Hindi version. ये भाव सब है जीव के, जो यह कहा जिन देव ने, व्यवहार का पक्ष प्रस, व्यवहार नहीं का पक्ष, यह प्रस्तुत किया जिन देव ने. कंटिन्यू.
All these states of contrary modification established in false conviction are spoken to be of the jiva. Thus, when Jinadeva has taught them in this manner, he has expounded them from the conventional viewpoint. By declaring all these states of contrary modification established in false convictions are the Jiva, Bhagwan the omniscient, Sarvagna, has expounded the conventional viewpoint even though it is not the ultimate truth. For just as the language of the Mleshas
Mlechasa.
serves as a means of communication for the Meshas,
Mlech.
Malesh,
Mhm.
so too the conventional viewpoint serves as a means of conveying the ultimate reality, Paramartha, to those who function at the conventional level. It is that which reveals the ultimate truth. Therefore, even though the conventional viewpoint is not the ultimate reality, its employment for the functioning and preservation of the religious order, Dharmatirtha, is entirely reasonable. If the conventional viewpoint were not expounded and the jiva were described only from the ultimate standpoint, as being distinct from the body, then just as no violence is committed by crushing ashes, so too, even if mobile, trasa, and immobile, sthavar, living beings were crushed or trampled without hesitation, there would likewise be no violence. Consequently, the absence of bondage would also have to be accepted. Further, if Jiva were described from the ultimate standpoint as distinct from attachment, aversion, and delusion, then there would be no occasion to accept the means of liberation expressed in the statement. The soul being attached, averse, and deluded is bound by karma, therefore, it must be liberated from it. Thus, even liberation would cease to have any basis. Accordingly, if the conventional viewpoint were not taught, both bondage and liberation would have to be denied. Explaining this subject matter presented in the Atma Khati in lucid and accessible language, Pandit Jayachandra Chabra writes in the Bhavartha. The ultimate viewpoint declares Jiva to be distinct from the body and from attachment, aversion, and delusion. If this alone were accepted exclusively, then the body as well as attachment, aversion, and delusion would be established as material, Pudgala. Consequently, killing matter would not constitute violence, nor would attachment, aversion, and delusion give rise to bondage. In this way, the denial of both worldly existence and liberation, as stated from the ultimate standpoint, would become an absolute conclusion. However, such exclusivism does not represent the true nature of reality. Belief, knowledge, and conduct directed towards what is unreal are themselves unreal. Therefore, the teaching of the conventional viewpoint is fully justified. Thus, by means of Syadvad, the apparent opposition between the two viewpoints is resolved, and to have faith in reality in this manner is right belief. The explanation given in the Gatha, the Atmakhyati, and Pandit Jayachandra Bhavat regarding the necessity and significance of conventionally designating states such as Adhyavasana as the Jiva make 2 points clear. If the body, which is no karma, is not regarded as the jeev, even from the conventional viewpoint, then violence cannot be established in the killing of mobile and immobile living beings. In other words, physical violence would cease to be regarded as violence. In such a situation, just as there is no fault and no bondage in crushing lifeless ashes, similarly, there would be no fault and no bondage even in crushing or killing mobile and immobile living beings. Thus, if one were to reject altogether the non existent conventional viewpoint, which conventionally designates the body as the jeev, and existence of bondage could not be established. If the physical karma, bhav karma, in the form of attachment, aversion, and delusion, or adhyavasana, is not regarded as the jeev, even from the
This is
conventional viewpoint.
psychical karma, not physical karma, but psychical karma.
Okay, jeev, even from.
Bhav karma is psychical karma.
Okay, and delusion, even from the conventional viewpoint, then liberation would likewise cease to be established, since liberation is nothing but freedom from these very states.
Hmm.
Thus, if one rejects the existent conventional viewpoint, Sadbudh Vyavharnay, which conventionally designates attachment, etc., as the jeev, the existence of liberation cannot be established. Therefore, for establishment of bondage and liberation, the teaching of both the existent and the non existent conventional viewpoint is justified. In the Atmakhyati Tika on this very Gatha, it has been stated that the conventional viewpoint is like the language of the militias, a means of expressing the absolute truth. However, detailed explanation on this point is not necessary here, since in the course of analysis, the 8th to the 12th Gathas, sufficient light has already been shed upon this matter. If one has a particular curiosity to know what is the utility of the four kinds of conventional viewpoints and what objects arise if they are rejected, then one should deeply study the author's other work, Param Bhava Prakasaka,
Prakashak,
Prakashak,
Nai
Naya
Chakra.
Chakra, specifically the section entitled Vyavarnay. Some questions and answers from the second to the sixth question. Question: the contrary modification established in false conviction includes only attachment, aversion, and similar states. How then can you say here that if the body, which is no karma, is not regarded as the jeev, bondage would cease to exist? Answer: here it is not a matter of adhyavasana alone, but the associated dispositions due to the false conviction in the word adi. All the 8 types of dispositions mentioned in Gathas 39 to 43 are included. Among them, mention has also been made of the body in the form of no karma. Therefore, to speak here of not considering the body as the soul is by no means inappropriate. Thus, this Gatha establishes the significance of conventionally designating states of contrary modification established in false conviction as of the jiva.
Hmm. So you see, in this 46th Gatha, Adhyavasan. The word used is Adhyavasan. So Adhyavasan is nothing but a alien disposition with false belief. Okay. Here they have written states of contrary modification. Okay. State of contrary modification or alien disposition also we can write, established in false conviction. So we will use word adhyavasan also very often. So you understand the meaning that adhyavasan means nothing. Attachment, aversions, delusion is adhyavasan. That means alien disposition with false belief. Okay, in short. So now the background of the Gatha number 46 is that sometimes in the scriptures only, Jeev is referred to as Adhyavasan, etc. And sometimes these Adhyavasan, etc. are referred to as of Pudgal. So what is the truth behind all this? So to address this truth, Gatha 46 was created where it states that all these states, alien disposition with false belief, such as Adhyavasan, etc. That means all the belief of the 8 faiths. Okay, all the belief of the 8 faiths that were discussed between in Gatha number 39 to 43. Okay, uh, in the beginning also I named those faiths: Vedanti, Mimamsak, Sankhya, Yoga, Bodh, Nyaik, Vaisheshik, Charvak. All those, whatever they believe soul to be, that is all included in this. Okay. Thus, when Jin Deva has taught them in this manner, he has expounded them from the conventional viewpoint. Okay. So when these states of all these alien disposition are spoken of as the Jeev, then you should understand that it is a conventional statement. Okay. Not from the real viewpoint. The corresponding commentary is also very interesting that we will see. Is we are on page number now 388. Huh? Yeah. By declaring, by declaring all these states such as Adhyavasan are the Jeev. All these statements, Adhyavasan, etc. All the 8 belief. Okay. Bhagwan, the omniscient, has expounded the conventional viewpoint. Even though it is not ultimate truth, it is not from the real viewpoint. Okay. For just as the language of the Malay serves as a means of communication for the Malays, so too the conventional viewpoint serves as a means of conveying the ultimate reality. Okay. To those who function at the conventional level. It is that which reveal the ultimate truth. Okay. So those who are Malay means uh, very lower category of people, they don't understand the Sanskrit or Prakrit language. So to talk with them, you have to talk in their language. Okay. So that's why conventional viewpoint has been used, because they don't understand the real point of view. So conventional point of view serves as a means of conveying the ultimate reality. Okay. Those who functions at the conventional level. It is that which reveal the ultimate truth. Okay. So this has been used. Therefore, even the conventional viewpoint is not the ultimate reality or the ultimate truth. It's employment for the functioning and preservation of the religious order. Okay. The preachings, the instructions, okay, is entirely reasonable, because real viewpoint is not expressed in language. Okay. So to express in language, this conventional viewpoint is used, and it is quite justified also. Then it further says, if the conventional viewpoint were not expounded and the jiva were described only from the ultimate standpoint, that is from the real viewpoint only, as being distinct from the body, okay, then just as no violence is committed by crushing ashes, okay, so too even if mobile and immobile living beings were crushed or trampled without hesitation, there would likewise be no violence. Okay, because this we cannot see the soul, right? So what we see is the body of living and non-living, living and sorry, mobile and immobile living beings. Okay, now if we believe only the real point of view, which describes soul as only the soul and distinct from the body, then crushing the body would not amount to any kind of violence. Okay, so this mobile and immobile beings, mobile and immobile beings were crushed and there would not be no violence. Consequently, the absence of bondage would also have to be accepted. So if the violence is not created, the bondage is also not done. Okay, so that also has to be accepted. So that is not the truth. So it is good that we use the conventional statements, conventional viewpoint to describe the body as the soul. Although in real viewpoint, it is not the body that is soul. Soul is only soul. Body, it is quite distinct from the body. But from the conventional point of view, the body is considered as soul. So there is nothing wrong in it. If that would not have been the case and only real viewpoint would have been accepted, then people would have crushed this mobile and immobile beings, because they would say that this body is not the soul. So I am not killing the soul. I am just uh, crushing the material substance. So this conventional viewpoint helps us to avoid those kind of violence. Further, if jiva were described from the ultimate standpoint as distinct from attachment, aversion, and delusion, then there would be no occasion to accept the means of liberation. Okay, because there is no bondage, so no need of liberation also expressed in the statement. The soul being attached, averse, and deluded is bound by karmas. Therefore, it must be liberated from it. So there is a purpose for liberation also. Okay, because when the soul transforms in attachments, aversions, and delusion, it is bound by karma, and when it is bound up by karma, therefore liberation also has to happen. Okay, so thus even liberation would cease to have any basis. Accordingly, if the conventional viewpoint were not taught, both bondage and liberation would have to be denied. So it is good that we accept both the viewpoints, and not only the real viewpoint, because conventional viewpoint also serves its purpose. Okay, from the conventional viewpoint, it is said that the body is the soul. Okay, so that conventional statement also helps us to take us towards the real viewpoint, which describes the soul as the soul. Okay, so this is all about verse number 46, and then also through 2 points in the next page, page number 390. We'll repeat those 2 points. Pandit Jaichandji Jhabda's Pandit Jaichandji Jaichandraji Jhabda's Bhavarth. Yeah. If the body which is no karma is not regarded as the jeev, even from the conventional viewpoint, okay, then violence cannot be established in the killing of mobile and immobile living beings. In other words, physical violence would cease to be regarded as violence. In such a situation, just as there is no fault and no bondage in crushing lifeless ashes, similarly, there would be no fault and no bondage even in crushing or killing mobile and immobile living beings. This is the first logic. The further, second logic will come after one paragraph. Thus, if one were to reject altogether the non-existent conventional viewpoint, asadbhut vyavhar nay, which conventionally designates the body as the jeev. Okay. Number two, number one, the association. My house, my family, my father, my parents, all these are considered of the soul from the conventional viewpoint number one. And from the number two, karma and body are referred to as soul. Okay. So this viewpoint, which are non-existent conventional viewpoint, and that which conventionally designates the body as the jeev, the existence of bondage could not be established. Okay. Second point, if the psychical karma, that is bhav karma, attachment, aversions, delusions, all. If the bhav karma in the form of attachment, aversion and delusion or adhyavasan, okay, is not regarded as the jeev, even from the conventional viewpoint, then liberation would likewise cease to be established, since liberation is nothing but freedom from these very states. Thus, if one rejects the existent conventional viewpoint, which conventionally designates attachment, etc., as the jeev, the existence of liberation cannot be established. Therefore, for the establishment of bondage and liberation, the teaching of both the existent and the non-existent conventional viewpoint is justified. Okay. So this was 46 Gatha. Okay. Now 47, 48 is not in syllabus. So straightway it is given 49. But I would explain you 47 and 48 shortly. So in 47, uh, uh, to explain the same thing that has been explained in 46, right? So there in the 47 and 47 and 48, yeah. 47 and 48, same thing has been explained through the example. Just as the king with his troops is going through the road, then what we say conventionally, that king is going, right? Although king is only one person, all other are soldiers. But conventionally we say that king is going. Okay. So this is a conventional statement. Okay. Similarly, in this all 8 kind of adhyavasans, okay, adhyavasan, etc., we say that this is soul. Okay. So this is also again being said from the conventional viewpoint. From the real viewpoint, only soul is only one. Okay. All these 8 are not soul. Okay. So 47 and 48, same thing has been explained through the example. So now we've come to the 49 Gatha. Okay. 49 Gatha. What it says, from the very beginning of the chapter on the Jeev and Ajeev Adhikar, which started from verse number 39. Okay. It has been consistently explained that although states such as Adhyavasan, etc., are described in the Jinagam as the Jeev from various viewpoints, they are not the Jeev in the ultimate sense. Ultimate sense means from the real point of view. Okay. Although in the scriptures, Adhyavasan, etc., are considered to be Jeev from various conventional viewpoint, from the real viewpoint, it is not the Jeev. Okay. Therefore, the disciple now asks, if states such as Adhyavasan, etc., etc. is missing, you can write it down, are not the Jeev, then what is the one indivisible Tankotkirin. Okay. What is the one indivisible Tankotkirin? Ultimate Paramat Swarup Jeev. Okay. So this is the question. If those are not called the soul from the real point of view, then now the disciple asks, if that is not the Jeev, then what is the real point of view Jeev's nature? Okay. Then what is the one indivisible ultimate Jeev? What is its true nature? That is the question. The answer to this very question is given in the 49th Gatha, which is as follows. So first we will read the Prakrit one and then the Hindi one. Arasmaruvam gandham avattam chedena gunamasaddam janiyalinga gahanam jivam niditta santanam chaitanya gunamai atma अव्यक्त अरस अरूप है जानो अलिंग ग्रहण इसे यह अनिर्दिष्ट अशब्द है. O spiritually capable one, हे भव्य जीव, O spiritually capable, know the Jeev to be without test. So in this particular Gatha number 49, the soul has been explained from 9 different viewpoints. Now from these nine perspectives, 8 are in the negative form. Only one is positive. Okay. What is positive? Positive is the last one, attribute of consciousness. All other 8 are negative. Okay. So that's why it is read, O spiritually capable one, know the Jeev to be without test. You write down number 1. Without form. Number 2. Without smell. Number 3. Then fourth one, you can write it down. It's not in the original verse, but okay, let it be right now here. This we will add it up in the explanation. Okay. So third is without smell. Then unmanifest, avyakt. That is also a negative statement. A means un. Okay, not manifest, unmanifest. Okay. Then fifth is without sound. Then sixth is without a definable configuration. Then seventh, not apprehensible by any distinguished mark, alinga grahana. Okay. And eighth one, endowed with the attribute of consciousness. Okay. So actually there are 9 adjectives. Okay. Out of 9, 8 are negative, 1 is positive. Here in this original verse, it is 8. Now, why the 9th one is not included is just because it was not fitting in the Gatha. Okay. But actually it is there. Okay. So that is about the without touch. So 5 senses: touch, taste, form, smell, and hear. Okay, 5 senses. So 5 are those. Then one is unmanifest, 6th one. Then without a definable configuration, 7th one. Then 8th one, not apprehensible by any distinguished mark. And the 9th one is the positive one, endowed with the attribute of consciousness. Okay. So soul is not without taste, without form, without smell, without touch, unmanifest, without sound, without a definable configuration, not apprehensible by any distinguished mark. Okay, all these 8 are in the negative form, not, not. Okay, only the last one is in the positive form. So Acharya Kunkundev has shown us how to practice discriminative knowledge in this verse also. Okay, and soul is being positioned here different from all these, because this touch, taste, smell, color, hearing, all these are attributes of the matter substance. Okay, and soul is distinct from matter substance, so soul is distinct from all these. Okay, so this particular verse is also related to practice of discriminative knowledge. Here soul is positioned as distinct from all these 8 adjectives. Okay, 8 adjectives. We will see one adjective in detail. So first I would like you to mark out, okay, so that you can read it as a homework, and then tomorrow we will explain it in detail. Okay, so first you mark it down in your textbook. So you have already marked 8 points in the words itself. Okay, now let's read through this so much, then we will add that missing paragraph. Where to add, I will tell you. Since this gatha reveals the absolute nature, okay, absolute nature means true nature, Parmat Swarup. What is the soul's nature from the real point of view? Okay, since this gatha reveals the absolute nature of the Bhagwan Atma, pure soul, supreme soul, it is one of the most important words of the Samaisar. Okay, this gatha is not found only in the Samaisar, but also appears in all the 5 supreme scriptures, 5 parmagams. Okay, all the same gathas, same verse. Okay, 5 supreme scriptures composed by Acharya Kunkund Dev. It is the 172nd, 172 gatha in Pravachan. Same, huh? Not a single letter changes. Absolutely same gatha. But explanation is different in all the 5. Okay. So it is the 17 explanation is same of the words, but the commentaries are different. Commentaries are different in each. Okay. Out of these 5, 3 has been for 3 scriptures, commentary has been done by Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev, and absolute different commentary. In Pravachansar, in 172 Gatha, Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev explains this verse by way of 20 points. Okay, Alinga Grahan ke 20 bol, very famous. Okay, it's another way of practicing discriminative knowledge. Okay, so it is 172 in Pravachan Sar, then 46th in Niyam Sar. Okay, again the commentary is different. Then 127th in Panchastikay, 64th in the Bhav Pahud of the Ashtpahud, and in the Samaisar it is of course the 49th Gatha. Just imagine Kunkund Acharya has put this Gatha in all the 5 Parmagams. So how important it would be. And not only it is limited to these 5 Parmagams, it also appears in 2-3 other scriptures. Apart from the works of Acharya Kunkundev, this Gatha is also found in other texts. It occurs in the 3rd part of the Dhavla. Okay. And it is also quoted in the Padmanandi Panchvishantika and in the Dravya Sangra, among others. So 5 these scriptures, then 3 other scriptures, and then there are few more. Okay. So just imagine how important this gatha would be. Okay. So everyone should memorize preferably for their own enjoyment. Okay. It is well known that Acharya, okay, in this way, this gatha which expounds the nature of the soul is one of the most celebrated verses of the Jinagam. In this gatha, through the 8 epithets, tasteless, formless, etc., without taste, without form, etc. So all the 8 and so on, so all the 9, sorry, all the 9 and so on, the nature of the Bhagwan Atma, which is the object of vision, which is the object of vision, drashti ka vishay, okay, has been explained. So I gave you homework in the first semester, 6th and 7th Gatha, Drashti ka Vishay. Okay. Not only 6, 7, but 13, 14, 15 also. Right. So that was your CC1, I think. Right. So here also in throughout Samaisar, this object of vision has been explained everywhere. Okay. It is well known that Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev wrote the Atma Khyati commentary on the Samaisar, the Tattva Pradipika commentary on the Pravachansar, and the Samay Vyakhya commentary on the Panchastikai. In all three of his commentaries, he has interpreted this Gatha in different ways. So commentary is different. Words is same. Meaning of the words obviously same because Prakrit words is same. But the commentaries are different in all the three scriptures. Although it is the same author who has done the commentary, but everywhere the explanation has been different, each of which is marvelous in itself, worthy of being read, deeply studied, and reflected upon. In the Atma Khyati, Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev offers numerous explanation of each of these attributes of Bhagwan Atma. He presents 6 distinct interpretation of each of the terms without taste, without form. So out of 9, 6 has been explained in 6 distinct interpretations. Okay. Out of 9, 6. Okay, 6. Out of 6, that 5 are on similar terms, the 5 senses. Okay. So that will be very easy. If we understand one, we will understand all the 5. Okay. So that we will see in the commentary. Okay. So he presents the 6 distinct interpretations of the each terms without taste, without form, without smell, without sound, unmanifest. Now this unmanifest has been repeated twice. You can cut down one. And you can add there, 1 minute. Sound would be the 4th. Without touch you add there. Okay. After smell, after smell you can put it. Yes. Okay. Without sound, unmanifest, without 4 definable configuration, and one each of without any distinguishable mark. Okay. And one each of without any distinguishable mark, which is called alinga grahan. So we can also spell like that, alinga grahan, as we were using the word adyavasan, because in English the explanation is bit long. Okay, so we can very well put the original words in bracket like it has been put here, alinga grahan. Okay, so one which and one each of without any distinguishable mark. Okay, ling means mark. Okay, a means not, without. Okay, grahan means to know. Okay, okay, grahan means to know. Okay, without any distinguishable mark and attribute of consciousness. So all these put together 9. Thus in all there are 42 attributes, all of which profoundly elucidate the true nature of Bhagwan Atma, who is eternal and immutable throughout the 3 divisions of time. Okay. So now the missing paragraph you can add here, Darshitji. Two paragraphs. Yes. No, no, this is done. This is already we read, no? Where you added? Yeah.
Sorry,
After this paragraph. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
correct?
The 3 qualities among the 4. Yeah, right. The 3 qualities among the 4 qualities of Pudgal, matter. Okay. Which is 4 qualities of matter?
Sorry.
Yeah, right. Okay. The 3 qualities among the 4 qualities of Pudgal. What are the 4 characteristics of Pudgal? Spars, Ras, Gandh, Varn. Okay. So the sequence has been changed here. Taste is coming first, then color, then smell, have their corresponding negative attributes ras, that is without taste or tasteless, roop, formless or without form, gandh, odorless or without smell. Okay, mentioned in the original gatha. Okay, so out of these 4, 3 has already been mentioned. However, the adjective asperse, untouchable, devoid of touch, which negates the quality of touch of Pudgal, is not mentioned there. Okay, so originally it is 8, but we have added this touch. Okay, why it is added? Therefore, in the Tattva Pradipika commentary on Pravachan Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev has interpreted the adjective avyakt to mean asperse. Okay, in Pravachan not in Samay. But here in Samay, the same Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev gives 4 other meanings of avyakt. Okay, so actually it would be 6 other meanings, not 4, but 6. You can 6 other meanings of avyakt, distinct from the meaning. Okay, he considers the adjective asperse to be included in the gatha only due to the requirement of the matter. Matter means chand, and thus takes it from the context above. he then gives 6 meanings for aspars as well, just as he does for aras, arup, and agandh. Okay. So aras, arup, agandh is already there in the Gatha. Aspars is not there, but Acharya Amrit Chandra Dev has put that word in commentary, included that word in commentary. Okay. So we have 6 for aras. You can write it down at one place is how total comes to 42. So 6 for 6 each, 6 interpretation each for without taste, without form, without smell, without touch, then unmanifest, without sound. 6 terms. Okay. Without taste, without form, without smell, unmanifest, without sound. So all these put together, 6 into 6 is 36. Okay. Then without a definable configuration, the interpretation is done 4. Okay. So 36 plus 4 is 40. Then Alinga Grahan is 1 and consciousness is 1. So total 42. Okay. You got the total 42. If you want, you can write down 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 4, 40. Then plus 1 Alinga Grahan plus 1 consciousness. So this is how the number comes to 42. Okay. So in the previous paragraph, we had written 42. Okay. Thus, in this Atmakhyati, instead of the 8 adjectives describing the Supreme Soul, thus in this Atmakhyati, instead of the 8 adjectives described the Supreme Soul, Bhagwan Atma, 9 adjectives have been mentioned. So 8, one more added. Which one is added? Without touch. Without touch is added. Okay. Because touch is a quality of the matter. So when they have included other 3 qualities, touch should also come. So in the commentary, the touch has been added. But because of the construction of the verse, they could not include in the verse. Kunkund Acharya could not include it in the verse. But it has to be understood that since 3 qualities of the matter substance has been taken, so 4th one would also be obviously included in that. And the interpretations are same for all the 5 senses. Okay. So that we are going to discuss. Okay. So here we read, thus in the Atma Khyati, instead of the 8 adjectives describing the Supreme Soul, 9 adjectives have been mentioned. And aras, arup, agandh, aspars. Okay. Then 5th is asabda. Sabda means the sense of ear, because we hear words. Okay. So it is written here as ashabda. Okay. Aspars, ashapt, and avyakt. Okay. All these 6 each have 6 meanings. 4 of without definable configuration, 1 each of Alinga Grahan and consciousness. So the total adjectives comes to 42, which all explains the nature of eternal pure soul profoundly. Okay. So this is the meeting paragraph part complete. Now move on to the next page. Yes. In the Tattva Pradipika on the Pravachan Sar. Okay. In the Tattva Pradipika commentary of the Pravachan Sar, apart from Alinga Grahan, each of the other epithets means adjectives, has been given only a single meaning. Okay. Each of the out of these 8 adjectives, each has been given one meaning only. Only Alinga Grahan, 20 meanings are given. Okay. Apart from Alinga Grahan, each of the other epithets has been given only a single meaning. But for Alinga Grahan, in addition to its general sense, 20 separate meanings have been given. These are marvelous in themselves, worthy of deep understanding and deserving of contemplation. If one has a keen curiosity regarding them, one should study in depth the discourses of the spiritual saint Sri Kanji Swami. Okay. So, there is a gap here. That gap has to be removed. Kanji Swami. Okay. On this subject. No. All together. No gaps. Yeah. No. Sri, after Sri, there will be gap. But Kanji and Swami will be together. Yes. On this subject. Those discourses have also been published in a book form under the title Alinga Grahan. Okay. They will not be discussed here in detail because it seems more appropriate to examine them when we undertake the study of the Pravachansar. Here our concern is only with the interpretation presented in the Atma Khyati. So now the Atma Khyati commentary starts. Okay. So the first one is about without test. Okay. Second one, okay. So now you write in the heading, number 1, without test. Add this heading, yeah, without test. Not there, above that. Under without test, there are 6 points. You write about that. Bold, give bold heading with number 1, without test. Yes. Okay. 1. Okay. So under this without test, there are 6 interpretation. Okay. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead. Just mark it out everything first and then we will see. No. So that is a big one. This is a small one. The main heading would be, no, don't change it. That's it. Don't change it. Roman figure it. Let it be because it's in the original scheme. This heading is additional. I have given you because this is a commentary, no? So we don't want to change. You can put the heading in bracket. So this is for our understanding because I'll be marking the explanation. So you put it as without test, then you dash, give 1 number. Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah, 1. Write down 1.
You can write in Roman capital 1. Roman capital you could just
That
do.
you can write Roman. Yeah.
Roman capital without yes, just give a Roman capital 1. Yeah.
That will be fine. Yes.
Sorry. Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yeah, fine. Now you can, yeah, good. Very nice. Now 6 points are there for without test. Then you go further up. So this line you see, thus by the negation of all 6 kinds of test, the Atma is without test. This is the conclusion of all these 6 points. Now the next heading, without form. You can give in the next page also. Without form. Yes. Okay. So now again 6 points will follow. Yes. All are similar. Huh? I will explain you in yeah. Then the third one, that is without smell. Then the fourth one, without touch. Fourth one, without touch. Then fifth one, without sound. Yes. So all these five are having 6 points, and all 6 points are more or less similar. Okay. I'll show you a trick to understand all this. Go further, go further. Now mark the sixth one, without sound. Now the sixth one is without definable configuration. Without definable configuration. Right. Next. Seventh is unmanifest. Yes, again 6 points, 4 points only here. Yeah. Now, unmanifest. Right. Then the eighth one, alinga grahana. Grahan. H-A-N. Yes. If you want to write the name of the Hindi, not apprehensible by any distinguished mark. Distinguishing. ing. Yes. This is the meaning of alinga grahan. Okay. Now the ninth one. One minute. Where I missed. Seventh unmanifest, then eighth. Okay, eighth also we did. The next paragraph is only ninth one. Next paragraph. That attribute of consciousness. Yes. Give a heading. Yeah. Consciousness. Attribute of consciousness. Attribute of consciousness. Okay. So 9. This is the commentary. And the commentary ends at the next paragraph. Engraved exclusively in oneness. Yes. Here the commentary ends. End of commentary. So this is our syllabus ending here. But for the explanation, you go further. Now these each interpretations, 6 interpretations for the initial 5 points. Okay. So that has been marked. That has been being marked. Page 405. In the first interpretation. Yes. So this is 1. In the first interpretation of these 4 attributes. Okay. So 4 attributes, and fifth one is also included there only, but slight difference. So this is number 1 already written. So even if you don't, just put in number 1 first, then second paragraph is second. Yes. Then third paragraph. The third here starts from here. The third interpretation now proceeds. Yeah, third line. Yes. Yes, third. Okay, good. Then after 2-3 paragraphs, after 3 paragraphs, go ahead. Yes. Yeah. In the fourth, now the fourth interpretation. Okay. Then 1, 2, 3 paragraph. Oh, fourth interpretation is quite long. Then page 407. Yes, this is right. Fifth point. Then next paragraph is 6th point. Not next to next. Yeah. Sixth. Yes. Now all these 6 interpretations are valid for the first 5 points. Without taste, without form, without smell, without touch, and without words. Okay. So 5. Okay. So these 6 interpretations are those 5 points. Okay. Then we need to understand the 6th point also later on. So after this 4, 5th point is explained on page number 410 without sound. Page 410. Go further. Yes. We now turn.
So which point number is this?
This is about without sound.
Yeah.
So
So what number do I give
without
it?
sound is, I think, number 5.
So won't there be a mistake because we've done number five earlier?
So those 6 are interpretations.
Okay. Oh,
Interpretations
I
for the,
understand.
okay. I think 5 we have done earlier. So as per the sequence of the commentary, this is 1 minute. Let me check.
Just
Yeah.
give color, Darshiti.
You can, instead of giving number, you can write down without sound. Heading you give without sound. Without sound. Color change. Yeah. Yes. Good. So without sound. Okay. Then numbering, we will see how it goes. Okay. Then without a definable configuration, that is coming up after these 6 points. Yes. We now turn 411 only.
Yeah.
We now turn. So this
So
is without, you give the heading, without definable configuration. Yes. It has got 4 interpretations. Okay. You can write down bracket 4 interpretations. Yes. So now you write down the point. First one is page number 412. Yes. The four interpretations, it starts with that. Next paragraph. Next, good. Next. Yeah, the four interpretations. He starts from here. So the first interpretation is here. Not that is not the next line. In the very first interpretation, yes. Okay. Then after one paragraph, second.
Where is it here?
Nor is it
No.
possible. Yes, this is second. Then after one paragraph, the third interpretation. Next. Yes, the third interpretation. Then fourth interpretation. Yes. Then, okay, this has only four interpretations. So now you move on to page number 415.
415 or 450? 415.
415.
Sorry, okay.
Now, this is unmanifest. We now turn to the attribute 415. Yeah. Next. We now turn. Yeah. Yeah. Here you give the heading unmanifest. So unmanifest has again six interpretations. Unmanifest. Bracket you write six interpretations. Yeah, 1 and 2 are together in that paragraph. So first line is 1 and the second is second. So you write 1 and 2. You don't write that way because it's both are
Okay.
1 and 2 you put together. Numbering only you put together 1 and 2. This paragraph 1 and 2. You put and other form in other form, not this A and D. Yeah, good. Yes. Then after one paragraph, number 3.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, with regard to the interpretation, Swamiji's. After one paragraph, number 3. With regard to the third interpretation. 3. Yes. Then you go on page number, next page, 418. Yes. The fourth interpretation. Fourth point. Yes. Then next page. Fifth and sixth are together. Like the attributes beginning with aras. Yes. That is fifth and sixth together again. Yes. Now the next paragraph is one more paragraph. We now come to the attribute of Alinga Gran. Give their heading Alinga Gran. Right. Okay, you can put the English word also. Cut and paste from previous. Later on. Now the last one. Yeah. Last one, consciousness. page number 420. Last. Yeah, go further. 1 point, however. 1 point, however. Yeah. This is consciousness. Okay. So the numberings immaterial, we have given the heading. So now no confusion. Okay. So out all the 9 adjectives that we are going to discuss tomorrow, I have done the marking. So you can read for yourself. Okay. One trick that I wanted to explain is coming. Just time is already over, but I will take 2 minutes only so that you will be able to understand. The first 5 points are having 6 interpretations. Okay. So page number 409. 409. Yes. Thus, among the 6 interpretations. So these 6 interpretations are for the first 5 adjectives. Okay. First 5. Without taste, without form, without smell, without touch, without sound. Okay. This is applicable to these 5. Okay. Thus, among these 6 interpretations, so out of these 6 interpretations, the first 2 establish that the Atma is distinct from material substance and from its attribute. So first one is distinct from material substance. Second one is distinct from material attributes. Okay. Then third and fourth, the middle two explain that the Atma does not know. Okay. Does not know taste, form, smell, touch through the medium of physical sense organ. So 3 is Dravya Indriya, okay, physical sense organ, and fourth is Bhavendriya, okay, does not, okay, does not know through Dravyendriya and Bhavendriya. So this is 3, 4. And the last 2 relates to knowing. Okay. So in the the final 2 concerns knowing. Okay. So in knowing 5 and 6, 5 is, however, the first of these states that the Atma does not know any one some sense object alone, but knows them all equally. This is 5th. And the 6th is, it undergoes the modification of knowing them. It never undergoes modification into those objects themselves. This is the 6 points, 6 bases of interpretation. So you mark this paragraph as very, very important. First you understand this paragraph. First I will explain you this paragraph, and then we will move on to the first 5 points. And then individually the other 4 points we will discuss, and maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, if need be, we will do the class day after tomorrow also. That will be the end of Samaisar for this sem. Okay. Okay. So then you can form a chart also. I have prepared a chart in Hindi, but it is very rough. You'll not be able to understand. But if I find time, I will prepare another chart in English. Okay. So otherwise, maybe 2-3 days time I will prepare, but I will prepare. That is for sure. Okay. So this is all. Tomorrow we will understand this all. You can have a reading now. You will be able to understand, because Swamiji's explanation is so easy that you will understand. Okay. So just try, and mostly your CC1, of course, CC1 would be on this. Okay. And Gandhar Mulyankan, I would give Gatha number 31, 32, 33. Okay. So this also I will finalize tomorrow only, but these both are very important. So I'll let you know tomorrow, and it will start from tomorrow only. So no problem. Okay. Okay. निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है। उसके लिए चिन्हवाणी माँ को वंदना 7 बार है। 9 टाइम्स नमोकार मंत्र।